Hello, my friends, and welcome. I'm Cheryl. This is Your Journey Yoga. I appreciate you very much. Today, we are going to be working on the hamstrings and the calves. So, some much needed, underappreciated muscles. The backs of the legs, you guys, oftentimes fairly hard to actually engage those muscles. A lot of times folks have overactive quads, underactive hamstrings and glutes. Calves, it's amazing how tight calves can get. Those legs, you guys, work so hard every day. So we're just going to give some love to the back side of those legs. All right. So stop whenever you need to. If it's really intense, back off a little bit. Know that you can always come out of the pose before I give you that cue. This is just your time to take care of yourself. And let's do that for the backs of those legs. So we're just going to start anywhere on your mat that you'd like to be. And I just want you to kick that right leg out and flex your foot. So as you flex your foot, what do you feel? All of a sudden we've engaged the quadricep. We've engaged through the front of the shin. We're feeling a length down the back of the leg and definitely in that calf. Now point your toes and lift that leg just a little bit. Just a nice stretch for the ankle, activating those legs. Now flex the foot once again and let's bend that left knee and sit back a little bit. Right heel pressing into the mat, more just gently resting rather than pressing. And I want you to place your hands on that left thigh and just sit your bum back. A little deeper stretch down the backs of the legs. So just this initial gentle stretch. If you're already at a 7 or an 8, guys, that's an indication that you need to really be aware as we move through practice to take it easy and be nice. Mindful movement, gentle and kind. Core is strong, so we're not arching that back. And we rise. And let's switch to the other side. So we press that left leg out, flexing the foot. And just standing tall, what do you feel? So there's activation in that right leg. We're working a little bit of balance because our weight is primarily on that right leg. Now point your toes and lift that heel off the mat. Just point and feel that nice, really nice stretch through the ankle, through the top of your foot. Standing tall, breathing. Always mindful of our posture, guys. Making sure we're not leaning back, that we're not hollowing out, but just standing nice and tall. Now flex that foot once again. Rest your heel on the mat, and let's begin to sit it back into that right leg. So as we bend that right knee, hands resting on that right thigh. Left toes are lifted, flexing that foot. Breathe. So notice, is one side a little tighter than the other? It's okay if it is. Typically speaking, that happens. Just feeling that good long stretch. And slowly we rise, pulling that left foot back in. Just alternate bending those knees. Walk it out. And both heels down. Taking your gaze forward. Let's shift our weight forward. So we're going to activate those calves as we lift up onto the balls of the feet. Strengthen the feet. Strengthen the core. Breathe. Now slowly, if you like, lift those arms overhead. So as we add movement and load and lift, it challenges the body in a little different way. Keeping those arms overhead, slowly release your heels down. Rock back to your heels, lift those toes. And I want you to just kind of lift the balls of your feet. So you're just kind of marching without bending those knees. So just lifting. So we're activating through the front of the shins. We're lengthening through the calves. And I want you to lift the right foot, pressing that right heel into the mat. Do you feel that stretch down the back of that right leg? And release. Lift your left ball of the foot and toes, pressing that left heel into the mat. Arms are still overhead. So we get these little bonus works, little added benefits of certain poses. And those arms being overhead, yeah, we're working those shoulders. And release. Strip the arms forward, arms sweep back to flight. And we hinge forward to airplane. Here is a wonderful stretch through the backs of the legs. Rolling those shoulders back, lengthening through the fingertips. Can you feel that great stretch down the backs of the legs? Now rotate your palms towards the sky, spread your fingers and reach. Now that added bonus is we're activating that upper and middle back. That's just going to help our posture. Help us stand taller, feel better. A little shift of your weight forward into those toes, and then back into your heels. Into the toes, and back into those heels. And center the weight. Rotate your palms open towards the sky. Hinge it all the way up. Reaching overhead, and then as you exhale, swan dive to forward fold. And just relax the weight of the upper body down. Head heavy, soft bend in those knees. So if you happen to have a really tight lower back, you can probably guarantee that your hamstrings are going to be a little bit tight too. No judgment, guys, no criticism. It's just learning. It's about learning what we need to do to live healthier. Hopefully pain-free. That would be amazing. Bring the hands to the elbows, hold on, and gently sway side to side. But it's not about forcing things to happen. So you're like, okay, if I need really long hamstrings, I'm just going to jam myself down into this humongous forward fold. That's never a good place to go. It's always, guys, about being kind, gentle, aware, moving in the range that your body is ready to go today. We never want to force things to happen for risk of injuries. Injuries just set us back. That's not where we want to go. We want to move forward. Coming back to center, relax those arms. Inhale up to monkey half lift, activating those hamstrings and those glutes. Exhale, hands down, walk, step, or hop to high plank. And we're going to press those heels towards the mat. Ooh, good stretch for those calves. Now just gently alternate bending knees. Now you can be down on your forearms, or you can be up on those hands. You can actually bring that knee down if you need a little support. Breathe. Really, I just want you to feel that stretch to the calf. As you exhale, let both heels sink. Lift your hips to down dog. Ah, yes. Love some down dog. Heels gently sinking. Head heavy, face soft. Now, sometimes I have people say, I just can't do a down dog. It's too hard on my wrists. It's too hard on my shoulders. If you are feeling that way, my friends, you are in good company. Couple little secrets that might help. So if you're feeling it in your wrists, you're probably bending your wrists, and a lot of weight's going into your shoulders and the wrists. Bend your knees. Press through the palms of the hands to lengthen through the wrist, to lengthen through the shoulders. And then as your body gets ready, allow those heels to sink, but never coming back to that place where you're feeling the pressure in your wrists and the heels of your hands. Always pressing through the pads of your fingers, palms of the hands, and heels of the hands as evenly as you can. Let's inhale it to high plank and exhale it back to down dog. So hopefully that'll help. Just bend those knees and really work on getting that full extension. Inhale it to plank and down dog. Let's do that one more time. Inhale to plank. Exhale to down dog. Shift your weight to your left foot. Right toes to the sky. Exhale and sweep that right foot through. Let's bring that back knee to the mat. Untuck the toes and begin to sit those sit bones back. So keeping that right sole of the foot glued to the earth, square those hips and slowly draw your nose down towards your knee. So I thought she said the back of the legs. I feel this through the front of my leg. Yes, you do. And then slowly lift those toes. Shift your weight back just a little bit more. And as you lift those toes, hello, backs to the legs. Hips are square. Breathe. Inhale, coming back, bending that right knee. Hands on either side of your foot, tuck your toes, lift your hips, sweep it back, and extend right leg to the sky. Go ahead and lift that right leg as high as you can get it. You feel that stretch on the back of that left leg? Yeah, add a flex of that right foot. Bend that right knee, draw your heel towards your bottom. Once again, extend that right leg and release it down. Center your weight. Let's inhale it to high plank. We're going to do a down dog check. And as you exhale, down dog. So press through the palms of the hands. Are you able to get that bend out of your wrists? If not, bend those knees. Breathe. We shift our weight to our right foot, left toes to the sky. Exhaling and sweeping that left foot through. Back knee down, untuck those toes, keep that left foot glued to the floor, square those hips and press your sit bones back, nose towards your knee. Feel that through the front of the shin, through the ankle, through the top of your foot. Those are places that we don't typically feel a good stretch, but man, do they feel good. Now slowly pull those left toes off the mat. Sitting back a little deeper, keeping those hips square. And it transfer now down through the back of that left leg. Find your breath. And let's inhale, slowly transition forward, bending that left knee, hands on either side of that left foot. Tuck your toes and sweep it back. Lifting that left leg just as high as you can get it. Add a flex of that left foot. Bend that left knee. Draw your heel toward your bottom. The higher you can lift that left knee or that left leg, the more you're going to feel that stretch on the back of that right leg. Extending that left leg and slowly releasing it down. Taking the gaze between your hands, walk your feet in to forward fold. And here we are back in our forward fold. Noticing, does it feel any different? A little more range, a little less intensity. Bring the hands to the elbows, hold on. Gently sway side to side. Breathe. Coming back to center, release your arms, shift your weight back towards your heels, and slowly lower the bottom down, bending those knees, lowering down into a nice tight squat. Bringing the hands behind you and releasing down. Let's extend out. Right knee stays bent, and we're just going to sit up nice and tall. Breathe. Add a little more flex of that left foot. Pressing through your heel, lengthening through the crown of the head. Now let's transition that right foot to the outside of that left knee. Wrapping the crook of that left elbow around the knee. Pull it in nice and tight. So now not only are we working that hamstring and the calf, but we're also getting this really nice stretch for that right hip. And gently release that rotation. Allow that right knee to open out to the side. Now you can keep that right foot on top of that left thigh, or you can transition that foot to the inside of that left thigh. Inhale, reach to the sky, and as you exhale, rotate towards that left leg, hinge it forward, reach it out. Work to place the center of your tummy and chest onto that left leg. And now not only are you working through that hamstring and the calf, but yeah, the groin, and definitely in that right hip. Noticing wherever it is that you might be holding tension or tightness. And just see if with your exhale, you can let it go. And let's slowly walk those hands back up. Extending right leg out. Left knee comes in. And just sit up as tall as you can sit. So by pulling that left knee in, it can be challenging to sit up tall. And you kind of find yourself rounding out through the chest. I want you to really lift and lengthen. If that means you need to move your foot out and away from you a little bit, that is absolutely fine. How about that right foot? Let's flex it. Breathe. So like I'm noticing actually a really nice stretch through the sole of my foot too. So if you guys are runners, walkers, that was walking and hiking, walkers, hikers, tennis players, anything where you guys are doing a lot of movement on those feet, you guys, yeah, you might notice from time to time, maybe spread those toes, wiggle them a little bit, but from time to time you're going to feel, wow, I didn't realize my feet were so tired. Yeah, they do a lot of work for us. Now let's transition that left foot up and over. And we're going to wrap the crook of that right elbow around the knee, still facing forward. So keeping that nice tall spine. Breathe. Keep that right foot flexed. Noticing what you're holding on to. Where is that? I just noticed a whole lot of tension going on in my left hip. Just send some release there. Let it. Now gently releasing the arms, allowing that left knee to roll out just a bit. Notice how that feels. If it's too much pressure on that right knee, guys, to have your foot up and over, just transition your left foot to the inside of your thigh. Inhale, reach to the sky. Turn towards that right leg, hinge it forward, reach it out. Keep that right foot flexed. Release your hands. Relax the weight of the upper body down. So how does it feel on this side? A little less intense for me through the hip, which is really nice. I was feeling pretty tight there in that right hip. Left hip a little bit better. So as we work through our poses, our asanas, we use that breath to help let go. We never judge, you guys. We never criticize, because you know what? That's more negative energy that we're going to hold on to. So we're never going to do that. We're going to celebrate. We're going to thank our bodies for allowing us to do what it can today. And every day is different. Every hour is different. So if ever you guys practice at different times during the day, you probably feel that. And we walk those hands back up. Let's extend both legs out. Flex your feet. Sit up tall. Let your hands rest down by your sides. Staff pose. Now point your toes. Just as hard as you can point them. Really activating through those feet. Now this might give you guys foot cramps. If you have a tendency to do that, it's okay, I'm sorry. But just wiggle those toes out, work through them, pull your toes back. The more you do this, the more you work your feet, the more you work your toes, the less likely you'll get those. Make sure you're drinking water. Eat a banana if you can. Point those toes and now flex. Keep those feet flexed. Reach to the sky. Hinge it forward, lengthen. Tummy down. Chest down. Hands, and then relax the weight of the upper body down. Just melting. So we all bring different things to the mat, guys, each day. Whatever we bring with us, one, does it serve us well? If it doesn't, see if you can get it off your mat. Let it go. Two, does it serve you well? Hold on to that. Embrace it. If it's your ego, let it go. If it's a sense of gratitude, hold on to that. If it's a sense of joy and ease, yes, definitely hold on to that. We lift just slightly, walk those hands forward a little bit, and relax the weight of the upper body back down. Is it positive energy where you're just happy to be here? Yes, hold on to that. Carry that with you throughout the day. If it's judgments or criticisms, let it go. Give yourself some affirmations that you are strong, you are powerful, that this is a progression, it's a practice. Inhale, reach it out. Sit up nice and tall. Soften your feet and ever so slowly close your eyes and roll it back. Take your time. And release. Let's draw that right knee in towards the chest. Bring the hands behind that right leg and extend that right leg. So we use the strength of the arms to pull that right leg towards that torso. If that is too intense for that lower back, bend that left knee. If it feels okay to you, keep that left leg long. And we're going to point and flex the foot. Just noticing, nothing super fast, you guys, so that you're noticing that stretch through the front of the shin and the foot, and then that pull back, that deepening of the stretch through the hamstring and the calf. Now roll your ankle. Doesn't matter which direction because we're going to do both. So just a gentle pull with those arms. We're not going to our deepest stretch. And reverse that rotation. Making sure those ankles are happy. Promoting blood flow and circulation. Yeah. Energy flow. And again, point and flex. Now, either with a soft foot or a flexed foot, we use the strength of the arms to pull that upper body in again. And we're going to lift that upper body towards the leg. Keeping that right leg just as long as you can. You feel that down the back of the leg. Draw that belly button in and up. And then slowly, slowly lower it back down. Breathe. Now we're going to cross that right leg up and over the left, just above the knee, and let your knee open out to the side. Now I know we're working hamstrings and calf, but those hips need a little bit of love too. So we're just going to give a little bit of love here. A figure four. What do you feel? Where do you feel it? Now slowly lift that right knee, extend the leg. Left knee comes in. Hands behind that left leg and extend that left leg. Now again, if that's too much on that lower back, bend your right knee, sole of the foot to the earth. Leg is long, perfect, if that's okay for your back. And we're going to point and flex the foot. So a little pull with those arms. I'm kind of just relaxing the weight of my arms so that gravity is pulling the weight and deepening that stretch for me, but I'm not really pulling just yet. And then we're going to make a circle with the foot. Range of motion for that ankle. Just noticing what that does and where you feel it. Because really just getting to know your body is amazing. So the better we get to know our bodies, the more we have a reaction, right? So that we can decide and figure out what to engage, what to relax. We can recognize and realize when something's a little bit off. Mindfulness, guys, awareness. And again, point and flex. Promoting blood flow, good circulation, good energy flow. Now keep that foot flexed. Use the strength of the arms. Pull that leg in and then lift that upper body if it feels okay to you. So drawing that belly button in and down, using the strength of those arms, lifting that upper body. Hello, hamstring. Breathe. And slowly releasing that upper body down. Releasing the intensity, crossing that left foot up and over the right knee, and just let that left knee open out to the side. So that figure four stretch. If that's hard on that right knee, if it just doesn't feel good for any reason, your lower back says no thank you, it's all good. Just extend both legs out. Hang out there for just a moment. Now gently lifting that left knee, pulling that left foot right in by your bottom, and then the right. Hands come down by your sides, palms to the mat. We're going to tuck the pelvis so that the small of the back presses into the mat. We're going to begin to press through our heels as we lift our hips towards the sky, peeling your spine off the mat, one vertebra at a time. So yeah, we're stretching those hamstrings and calves, but now we're going to work them. So as I had mentioned before, kind of overactive quads, everybody's quads just want to take over. And the hamstrings and glutes are left kind of being like, okay, yeah, I can chill. So we've got to find a good way, a good balance in firing the glutes and firing those hamstrings and keeping them nice and long. So keeping those stretched, yes, but active when we need them. Squeeze your buns and lift as high as you can lift. Bridge pose, an amazing, amazing place to be. Slowly lowering back down, one vertebra at a time, but not all the way down. So just before you would release and relax that pelvis, I want you to re-engage. Keep the small of the back pressing into the mat. And then once again, rise. Squeeze those buns. Keep them firing. Press through those heels. That's going to help activate those hamstrings. Squeeze those buns. So we'll want to feel a little warm fire burning in those buns. And then slowly, slowly lowering back down. We're going to do that one more time. So again, before you would actually release and relax through the pelvis, I want you to make sure you're re-engaged. Pelvic tilt and press. Press it all the way back up. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Finding the top of your bridge pose. And then rock back to your heels and lift your toes. Press through those heels. Can you lift those buns any higher? Stretching the calves, activating the hamstrings and the glutes. Soles of the feet to the mat and slowly lower all the way down. Till your bottom is the very last to touch. Let's open up those feet just a little bit wider than your hips and let the knees just gently come to rest against one another. Toes are slightly turned in, hands resting wherever it feels good to you. Breathe. Close your eyes. Aware of those legs. Feeling and seeing that blood flow, moving freely through the legs down to the toes, all the way back up to the heart. So that blood circulation, guys, key in keeping that body healthy. Our moving, our stretching, our breathing, helping to quiet the nervous system, improve that lymphatic system, digestive system. You guys, it all works together. I want you to feel that healthy flow of energy, blood, air, food and nutrition, water. Either out loud or just in your mind. Say, I am healthy. I am strong. I love my body and want to take care of it. I know that I am worth the time to take care of myself. Self-care is important. I honor my journey. I appreciate that this is my practice. I love myself. And let's gently sweep both feet to one side, rolling to your side, and taking the time you need to help you come back up. Use those arms, finding a seated position that feels good to you. Close your eyes, rest your hands. You are amazing. I hope that felt amazing, you guys. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Let's gently open those eyes. Take a big breath in, reach to the sky. And exhale, pull the hands to heart center. So I hope those hamstrings and those calves, those legs are feeling a whole lot better. And I hope your lower back is saying, hey, thank you for that. Be well, my friends. Take care. And until the next time, light and love to each and of you. Until the next time, namaste.